Hello everyone, I welcome you all to our webinar today. My name is Isabel. In a few minutes, I will be extending a warm welcome to Edgar. Our topic today is Navigating the Future, using AI with ELO for Intelligent Information Management. Here's a little more information for you before we start. You will be muted during the webinar, but are welcome to ask your questions in the question box at any time. After the webinar, we will of course take the time to answer them. You hardly need to take notes. You will receive the training materials relatively soon. And now I'm looking forward to a great presentation from Edgar. Welcome, Edgar. I'll hand over to you now.
Thank you and welcome from my side as well. Today we will talk about AI with ELO for intelligent information management. So what to expect? First of all, we'll have a look at the possibilities and the expectations which come with AI. Then we'll have a look on how AI and ECM can work together. So where are the points where AI can help me with an enterprise content management? After this, we'll have a look on how to capture documents and information with the help of AI. Then we'll have a look on integrated AI in the ECM, an outlook to the ELO assistant, how AI can help with business process automation, and at the end, we'll have a look on AI with the ELO ECM suite. And if you have some questions during the webinar, you can ask them in your questions box, and we will answer them in the end. So let's start with possibilities and expectations on artificial intelligence. So everyone's talking about AI and what AI can do and how AI can help us in our daily work. And there are three main topics which we always have when it comes to artificial intelligence. What should it do? On one hand, artificial intelligence can support you in your daily work. So it can answer questions. It can even generate content for you, and it can support you in your daily work. On the other hand, you can use AI to automate tasks in your daily work, in your office. And the third topic is it can work autonomous as well, like with autonomous cars or something else. And there was some people were asked the question, where do you expect to have artificial intelligence the most impact on your organization's digital workplace? So 1,000 people were asked, and the answers were 28% expect to be able to automate simple processes in the company, in the daily work. 25% expect that it will help us finding some content. It should improve data quality. It should deliver insights, reduce the workload, assist the employees, and some other things. So those are the expectations when it comes to AI in the digital workplace in your company. And when it comes to ECM, well, how can they work together? So how can AI help with an enterprise content management? So when we look at the core features of enterprise content management, like the ELO ECM suite, then there are some features which you use every day. So it should be able to capture documents and information, store it in a central repository. It's a secure filing locations. It should be able to manage documents and information, streamline and automate processes, search and retrieve the information and the documents, and it should be able to collaborate in an effective way. So those are some core features of an enterprise content management of the ELO ECM suite. And how can AI help with those core features. So let's have a look on how AI can help with those core features. When we'll have a look at the first step, capture documents and information. So normally when we are filing a document, then we have to classify the document. So what's the type of the document? Is it an invoice, a contract, an email, or something else? And we have to provide some information, some metadata information with the document when it is filed. For what do we have to do those things? When we want to find the document, then we'll have to be able to find it with the metadata information or with the type of the document. So let's say I'm looking for every invoice in our company from the last 3 months, and then the ECM will find those invoices with the metadata in it, and then you can analyze the data or do something else with it. So metadata information is not only for finding a document, but for filing it in the correct location, starting some workflows, and so on. So that's why we should provide or have to provide metadata information when filing a document. And in this step, AI can help us with the metadata information, with the classification of the document. So when we bring AI to this filing a document process, then AI can help us in the first step with the classification of the document. So AI is able to classify the document because of its content, because of the way it came to our company, or of the document type. In this case, AI classifies the document as an invoice. But that's not all, because it can also help us with the metadata information, because we can analyze the content and then compare it with existing data in our ERP system, in the CRM, or any other database which we have in the company. So the artificial intelligence compares the data or compares the information which it found in the document with existing data which we have stored in another location. And after that, it can file the data and the document in the ELO ECM suite, and then when everything is okay, when everything fits, it can start an automated process like a workflow or something else. So that's what AI does when we are filing a document. It automatically classifies the document, in our case, as an invoice. It analyzes the content of the document and checks if the content and document is plausible by comparing it with existing data. And after this, it files the document with metadata information, and then we can start some processes in the ELO ECM suite. And that's what works today, because when you use the ELO ECM suite combined with the ELO doc extractor, then this is possible. It's an automatic classification of a document. It checks if the document is plausible. It files the document with the plausible and checked metadata information in the ELO ECM suite. That's what you can do today with artificial intelligence in the ELO ECM suite. But there's more, because there will be some things which we can do with artificial intelligence in the near future. For example, there will be an integrated AI in the ELO ECM suite. So just think of it. We file a document in the ELO ECM suite by drag and drop or something else. It files automatically. Doesn't matter how the document is filed in the repository. The first thing what you can do, it analyzes the content of the document. And based on the content of the document, it gives you a recommendation for the category of the document. So in our case, this document could be most likely a contract, because AI found some information in the document which says it's a contract. It's a contract with contract partners. We have a contract life cycle, something else, a start date, and so on. So artificial intelligence then says, well, most likely this is a contract. But that's not all, because after the classification of the document as a contract, it can predict some values for the metadata information. So in this case, it's an employment contract. The date of the employment contract is today's date. The contract type is employment contract because it was found in the document, and AI said, okay, there's the word employment contract in the document, and I have classified it as a contract, so this is most likely an employment contract. But there's more, because based on the content of the document, there is a prediction for, in our example, 2 fields. Who's responsible for this? In our case, it's the marketing department, because it's a new employee in the marketing department, and the start date is the 1st of May this year of the new employee in the company. That's what integrated AI can do. Analyze the content of the document, categorize the document based on the content, and predict some values for fields based on the content. And that's what we'll be able in the near future with the ELO ECM suite. Next thing, what we can do is the so-called ELO assistant. So let's stay in our example. That's the employment contract, which we just filed. And on the top right, you find this, the 3 stars. That's the ELO assistant. What can the ELO assistant do for you? Well, when you activate the ELO assistant, then you have some options available. You can let AI explain the document for you. You can create a summary with AI, or you can use simple language with AI. And when we click on create a summary, then the AI analyzes the document, the content of the document, and gives you a summary in the document feed for this contract with the most important information. This can be trained. AI can be trained to analyze the content of the document and which information is important for the summary in the end. Next thing, what AI will be able to do is business process automation. So we have our example with the employment contract, and AI can be used for making a decision. So after we have analyzed the document and we know that it's an employment contract, then we can start an automatic process which lets AI check some things. In our case, check whether someone from sales is responsible for this contract, answer yes or no. When you remember, it's an employment contract for the marketing department, so most likely it's not in the responsibility of the sales department. But let's see what the artificial intelligence says. Well, because it's an employee for the marketing department, AI says no, because it's an employee for the marketing department, and then it will send it to the legal department. That's just an example on making a decision based on the content of a document, based on the information which is available in the ELO ECM suite. And that's what it can do. So it can make automatic decisions based on information and the content. So that's artificial intelligence with the ELO ECM suite. When we go back to our core features in the ELO ECM suite, where can AI help in this case? Well, in some points, in capturing documents and information by using the ELO ECM suite with the ELO doc extractor, where it automatically analyzes the content, makes a plausibility check, and files it in the repository with the correct information, with the checked information, and then do something else. But there are more possibilities in those combinations. So you not only can analyze invoices, but other document types as well, like contracts or something. You can manage documents and information with artificial intelligence. It can make a summary for you, or it will be able to make a summary for you with the most important points of the document. After this, you can streamline and automate processes, because artificial intelligence will help you to make decisions based on the information which comes with those documents and the content of it. And it's for effective collaboration, because you don't have to read through the whole document to get the most important information. Now you find it in your document feed. So when will it come? That's the most important question. Capture documents and information with the ELO doc extractor is, well, that's possible today. You can do it. You can install those, or you can use those modules for your documents and for your information to make analyzing content much easier than before. Categorizing the documents, prediction of information, and the ELO assistant, that's available, not literally tomorrow, but that will come in the next versions of the ELO ECM suite. And in the near future, there will be decision making for business process automation available as well. So that's it. That's AI with the ELO ECM suite, with what you can do today, with a forecast of the near future, where AI will help you in enterprise content management to make things much easier for you. And if you have some questions, then you can ask them right now. And otherwise, I only say thank you for your attention and see you next time.
Thank you very much for this great presentation, Edgar. Now I would like to tell you about our upcoming webinar. Just a second. Yes. You can register via the following link on the website elo.com/webseminar. Please keep in mind you can register up to 1 hour before the webinar starts. Thank you for attending the webinar today. I hope to welcome you at our next webinar as well. Until then, have a great day. Goodbye.